Hello, dear students. Welcome to the online class from Department of Microbiology, Jnanapasak College, Parbhani. I am Dr. Shiva Ithal, and today I will just introduce you to what I will be teaching in this semester. I will be dealing with the paper Applied Microbiology, which is made up of 4 units. Before that, I would like to just tell you the scope of this paper and the objectives behind studying applied microbiology. Applied is an area where you have to apply the knowledge gained by studying this paper into your real life. When you study applied microbiology, all the units which is there in front of you, this is the syllabus. You have to study in a view where all these aspects will be applicable in your daily life. While living in an environment on this earth, we are encountered by an environment which is usually made up of air, water, etc. What we need for our living is good air, good water, good food, and these are the applicable aspects of the life and also the units which comprise of this paper. So one by one I will be dealing with this in the coming lectures. Today I will just introduce you to the syllabus and just would like to tell you the scope of studying this paper. In the recent times you should have heard the word like aerosols, droplets with respect to sneezing, coughing, etc. These are transmitted through air. Now you see there is a subtle line of difference whether this thing should be studied in medical microbiology or in air microbiology. At this point I would like to tell you that a good microbiology student is the one who will be able to connect all the papers in one line. All the papers, all the units, this is a broad area which you should be able to connect on your own. For example, if I am teaching you air microbiology and their droplet nuclei, droplet infection, these points will be there in medical microbiology also, and so on and so forth. You should be able to connect. It is not restricted to a certain paper. Okay, that is how the paper and the concepts have to be applied. So to become a good student of science, to become a good student of microbiology, you should be able to connect each unit and the chapter in each unit to a broader perspective called as microbiology, and then a broader perspective called as maybe biotechnology or maybe science as a whole and the life phenomenons in general. So with respect to these, today we will be just deciphering the syllabus. I will just tell you point wise. 4 units are there. Still it is not possible for any syllabus to cover all the aspects, so it depends upon you how you broaden these units. There is no what you can say limit to the development which you can do on your own with respect to these units. So while studying applied microbiology, primarily I would like to emphasize on two aspects. That is, one is the environmental aspects and other is the health aspects. If you are talking about air, air will be with respect to the environment, how it affects the environment, what quality of air should be there, and our life also, means our health also, like that. So two perspectives will be there for this applied microbiology. One is the health perspective and the other is the environment perspective. So the first unit here, as you can see, it is air microbiology. Now when you will be studying air microbiology, we will have right from its definition, sources of microorganisms in air. Now you see, air microbiology, it itself indicates that the study of air will be from the microbiological perspectives. Air can be studied from physical perspective, chemical perspective, microbiology perspective, maybe a mycology perspective, fungus, spores, etc. Huge dimensions are there. We will be trying to cover it in general, but the broad perspective will be microbiology, air microbiology. Okay, so we will have the definition, composition of air, sources of microorganisms in air, significance of microorganisms in air. In that significance, you see, it is not application, it is the significance, which means that it will be beneficial or harmful, etc. Then we will be talking about the droplet nuclei, aerosol, etc. And enumeration of microorganisms, counting of microorganisms, why microorganisms need to be counted, whether it is really important that the number or the load of the microorganisms in air will have some drastic effect on the environment and the health of the living systems or not. We will be dealing with those aspects. So there will be different areas. The last part will be control, how to control the microorganisms in the air, or really whether it is necessary to control first of all, and if necessary how to control. That will be the parts which we will be discussing in air microbiology. The second unit is water microbiology. As you can see, it is dealing with the types of water. It is one of the reservoirs on this earth surface, as you can see. And how much is potable? We are 70% made up of water. The earth is 70% made up of water, but really is it available? How much is potable? And this is one of the prime life sources after air which we breathe. Then we need water to drink. Not only we, but that will be a very selfish point to discuss our necessities. The whole earth system, it requires water. There is a water cycle. Of course, I will be not dealing with water cycles, but the sources of as I said, the microbiological perspectives, and index of water pollution, microbiology of sewage. Water, when it gets polluted to a greater extent, it's called as sewage. And we, with our daily activities, we just go on converting the clean water into polluted water. So how that has to be managed. Then coliforms, the indicator bacteria, microbiological examination of water, why it is necessary to examine the water, because we need it for drinking. Then waterborne diseases, how these are very fatal, etc. We will be seeing those things. The third unit is about sewage microbiology. As I said, water, when it becomes more polluted, it gets converted into sewage. The perspective is today not only it starts from our bathroom, wash basins to the industrial outlets, where huge amount of good water is instantaneously converted into I can say simply bad water with some product in between. The product may be our clean body, clean clothes, or pharmaceutical drugs, or food products. These, for processing, huge amount of water is needed, and that water and which is processed and into a product is converted into a wastewater, and it is called as sewage. So what is sewage? The definition of sewage, composition, strength of sewage. Then while this sewage, it cannot be discarded. While the sewage is formed, it cannot be discarded as it is. It needs to be converted into a disposable form of water, and for that there is a need for oxygen. Demand of oxygen is there, because the bacteria present in the water or the sewage, they will convert it into some, what you can say, biodegradable form of that sewage. Otherwise, if non-biodegradable components are present in sewage, that will be a huge waste. So we have a concept called as biochemical oxygen demand and chemical oxygen demand, BOD and COD. We will see what those are things. Microbiology of sewage, what are the microorganisms, treatments of sewage, then domestic sewage, which starts from our house, then the municipal sewage, which goes from the drainage, the nalas which you have built all over the town. And then this level of treatment, the municipal corporation worker which you see just manually cleaning the drainage, that is called as a very primary level of sewage. And it's very sad to know that we still are, even if you see the ghanta gadis and all this, these are the primary level of cleaning. We need to go to the tertiary level where microorganisms will be involved. So what are those? Theoretically, we will be seeing those things and the need of the time. And when that is all formed, you have a compost, or the sludge which is formed. It is called as a compost, and it can be disposed in a very eco-friendly way, and that is called as composting. We will see those things. Then unit number 4, which is there, that is milk microbiology. Why milk? You may be thinking that air, water is okay, sewage is okay, why suddenly milk? As I said, when you go for uh, the life necessities study, when you go for studying the life necessities, basic is air, then water, then food. And when it comes to food, you will have to take one food which is complete in its composition for the human body. And if you see, milk is from time immemorial, it is considered that milk is one of the most complete foods, and therefore it is incorporated. And it is even if you see borderline between water and food, which is water itself, is a food itself, and you have to incorporate, or we as humans incorporate water in milk. Okay, so there is a combination effect, and most of the microflora, they uh, interfere in this, and they may cause some health hazards. We will be seeing those. So unit 4 is milk microbiology, which will connect you to the next semester syllabus, which is food, soil and agricultural microbiology. So this is how a gradual development of the this thing takes place. Gradual development of a syllabus is usually taking place. So milk microbiology, if you see definition and composition of milk, sources of contamination of milk, then desirable and undesirable changes which take place in milk. Milk, it is one of the most, what you can say, perishable items if it is not treated properly, and it can incur huge losses to milk industry, right from your kitchen milk, which is few liters, to large gallons of milk which are used in food industries, ice cream industries. If not treated properly, it goes waste. And how the desirable undesirable changes in milk are brought about by microorganisms, we will be seeing those. Then the microbiological examination of milk, what are the responsibilities of a microbiologist, means what are the not only responsibilities, but as a technical person, what are the capabilities, skills he should have for examining a milk. There are various tests which you may be doing in the practicals, like MBRT is there, methylene blue reductase test is there, then enumeration, that is the SPC method, standard plate count, direct microscopic count. These practicals will be doing in your laboratory whenever the time permits and the timetable allows. So with respect to that, the enumeration of the flora in the milk, examination of milk, and then pasteurization, one of the most, what you can say, historic method developed by Pasteur for controlling the milk flora which are responsible for spoilage. And then we will finally see the application of microorganisms in dairy industries, because that is one of the prime aim of this paper, where if you join some food industry or dairy industry, you should be knowing all these techniques, and you should be well versed with the theory and practical aspects of milk microbiology. So these are the 4 units which we will be studying, and I will be dealing with this paper for this semester. So today in this lecture, I just wanted you to get introduced to the syllabus. This, I suppose, is the syllabus which is been allotted from this year, though it shows the 217. I would like to say that this is a latest syllabus, no much change has been there. If there is some change, we will follow it accordingly. So dear students, I hope you will enjoy this paper as much as I do teaching it. And as we will complete one unit here in Google Classroom itself, we will be conducting, I am with Dr. Manwar sir, we will be conducting online MCQ exams as a part of test and assignments. And from this year onwards, all your tests will be online. So I suppose you enjoy it. Studies, as time goes on, I will be providing notes here in Google Classroom. Also, we will be providing you certain PowerPoint slides which you can go through, and at any given instance of time, you can pause our video, take down the notes. See, these videos are not just for mere listening, but listening and taking down the notes. So feel free to pause. You see, you cannot pause us when we are teaching in the classroom. So I request you to pause the videos whenever you wish. Take down, always sit in front of these online classes with a pen and paper, and have a habit of taking down the notes. So that's all for today. Thank you. We will meet again with the first unit. Till then, goodbye.